Ringwalk Danny, ThaBoxingvoice.com, here with the one and only Coach Bullet. How you feeling, Coach?
Feel great, man. I always feel great. Always in shape.
Now, you was getting ready for a fight that has now fell through. Tell us what happened. First and foremost, why was you and Coach Calvin going to fight each other?
Yeah, we was going to get it in, man. Put it out there for the coaches and for the community that we have with these kids coming up in the hood. We just want to show them that, you know what I'm saying, we can practice what we preach. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, from the source himself, he said that the commission of Baltimore would not approve him for whatever reasons of his age or whatever. So we wasn't able to do the situation.
Are you guys going to try to get it done maybe as an amateur bout or something along those lines?
I was first looking to do it as an exhibition. See, Coach wanted to do it as a pro fight.
Yeah,
but
that was tripping.
We're not going to be able to get that done. But as an exhibition, we could get it done, and definitely now we get it done in a whole other state.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, Coach, I want your thoughts on a couple things going on in the sport. Big fight this past weekend. What were your thoughts on the performance that Terrence Bud Crawford put up over Errol Spence?
Terrence Bud Crawford did his thing. He is the GOAT right now. Two-division undisputed champion of the world. That's a lot. First, you know what I'm saying? And no discredit to nobody, but Spence looked a lot flat. He didn't look like an A-side Errol Spence. But that's not Crawford's fault. That's not nobody's fault but his own. You understand? Whatever weight train, whatever rehydration situation, that's you. You're a professional. You got to handle your business. I think Earl will come back over some time and perform better at a higher weight.
What do you think Terrence should do from here? You know, Crawford-Ennis, some would suggest that
he's not ready for Bud Crawford. Crawford-Ennis need 2 more, 3 more fights, step-up fights for even thinking about a Terrence Crawford. He's too much IQ, too much dog, too much confidence. He's just that guy right now. Crawford-Ennis will get his first loss on his record, definitely. And that's with Terrence today.
A lot of movement from Jerron. Do you see that fight, if it does happen, would you see him getting stopped? Or is that a fight that because of all the movement and the angles that he's able to create, you think he can go the distance with Bud, which nobody at 47's been able to do?
See, a lot of people think about that movement, but a lot of people who move on you and you're strong, they run right into your shots. You know what I'm saying? So by the time you try to go, I'm going to hit you here. You try to come and hit you here. And I ain't even got it set up for because it's a car crash. You run those angles and try to pivot around me. I'm just going to a short hook, and you're on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Those angles work with people that don't have the IQ. When you have a veteran, like a guy like Bud Crawford or Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence at 47, then you think about IQ, not just skills. IQ, ring generation.
Yeah, you know, I was telling people, they're like, oh, he's 31-0, Bud is 40-0, and I'm like, yeah, but Bud got 18 world title fights. Jerron has 0.
There's levels to this shit, man. When I talk about levels, there's levels to this shit. That's like Pitbull Cruz at 35. If Pitbull don't develop a jab, he would never be a world champion or undisputed world champion. Because there's levels to it. You got guys like Tank, Shakur, Devin that has jabs and could box you and won't stand there and bang out with you and beat you easily in 12 rounds.
I gotta ask you, because you brought him up. Is it fair for one to say that Pitbull's best performance was his loss to Tank?
I haven't watched all his fights, but he did put up a good fight against a B-level Tank Davis. Tank wasn't at his A game in that fight. So, and let's just be fair to Tank. You know what I'm saying? Pitbull, like I said, very good heart, tough fighter, but he needs to work on that jab. If you don't work on that jab, there's no world title at the top.
Gotta ask you, we've suggested it. The man himself has called for it. Could you see a scenario where Gervonta Davis, who started his career at 130 pounds, has won titles at 30, 35, and 40, could move up and challenge Bud Crawford, who started his career at 35 and has gone up to win titles at 35, 40, and now 47?
It's just a bigger bone structure, bro. It's just a harder competitive athlete in Bud Crawford for Tank to go up there 47. I think that's a little bit too much to ask of Tank Davis, no matter how good he is and how great he is. Sometimes it's like Joe Frazier versus George Foreman. Remember that? George Foreman versus Joe Frazier. He touched him and he flew.
Hell no, I don't remember that. Coach, I'm young as hell. But
so it's the same thing as that.
To me, I look at it like Mikey and Earl, except Tank got one-punch knockout power, which only a handful, like realistically, only a handful of people in the sport have.
Right.
So it's like, if he has a shot he got that shot, right? Like if it ain't the boxing, if people gonna say, oh, well, Bud is more skilled, Bud got a better ring IQ. If he ain't got any shot else, he got the knockout shot, wouldn't you say?
No, hey, listen, that's equalizer. That's your neutralizer. Shut your lights out. Guys that can crack are the most dangerous fighters in boxing. So at the end of the day, guys that can crack with IQ and experience, everybody has a chance. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be in dog shape. You gotta be able to take those big shots too from the other side.
I feel that was the best performance Bud Crawford has put up of his career. I've never seen, quite frankly, a beatdown quite like that at this level from Bud. That being said, do you think that the challenges for him are at a higher weight class? He's called for Jermell Charlo, who is caught up right now, but Tim Tszyu will be available, and the WBO just announced that Charlo will be stripped the moment the fight with Canelo starts. So they're gonna allow him to keep his title, so it's undisputed versus undisputed. And once the bell rings, he will be stripped, and the WBO has confirmed Tim Tszyu will be elevated to full world champion. So now Bud can, man, look, if Devin got a bag in Australia, you think Bud ain't gonna get a bag out there? Would you like to see that? Is that a fight?
I would love to see it. Now, I rather Tim Tszyu before Crawford-Ennis. Just because I like Crawford-Ennis and I feel he has a lot of skills, a lot of talent, but he needs to wait a little bit longer to develop his man strength and to get more sub down the shots, okay? So I like to see Tim Tszyu versus Crawford out there, and that'd be a good one. I'll buy that pay-per-view.
Now, Coach, I want to ask about Rolly. What's the latest and greatest with Rolly?
Right now, man, we just, laid back, trying to deal with some injuries right now. We're trying to hope for this contract with Ryan, or, whatever makes sense apart from Ryan. But, in boxing, we're prize fighters. We're not trying to fight people that have no belts, that has no clout, no money behind them, and no skill set.
So you're saying...
So we're looking for, Ryan versus Rolly.
So the O'Hara-Davies fight, is that even out of the question?
See, I'm a trainer. That's more manager, promoter, negotiations. We'll take that. If what we have to do, we'll do what we have to do. But at the end of the day, a mandatory for Rolly ain't till May of next year. That's what people don't understand. You can put a mandatory in somebody's face, you don't have to do a mandatory for a whole other year. To May. You know what I'm saying? That's how boxing works in case people don't know.
When did he win the
May 13th.
that was May 13th.
We're just in August.
Damn, that was just in May.
What I'm saying? So for people that, mandatories don't really fucking matter. Because you have a year to do it. Charlo held his belt for 2.5, almost 3 years.
Now, I don't know that they'll go to this extent, but could I name you a current situation where, that's a different sanctioning body, so different rules. I ain't even gonna go down that route.
Inoue and Tank. I want to see Inoue move his ass up and face Tank. That's what I want to see.
At 35.
At 35. Now we want to see how bad that motherfucker is. People didn't think about that, did they?
No,
Tank dropping down to 30, but not him coming up.
No, he said that if he'll take that fight, it'd be at 35. So
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Would you give Inoue a better shot against Tank at 35 or Tank a better shot against Bud at 47?
That's a very good question.
Two guys moving up.
Yeah, but it's just...
Two guys with a lot of power and a lot of skill.
Yeah. It's the same. It's the same to me. Same shot.
There was something else I wanted to touch on. Oh my goodness. Now, obviously you mentioned prize fighting. It's been announced that Devin Haney is moving up to 140 pounds, face the WBC world champ and Regis Prograis. Thoughts on the fight?
Devin outboxes him. Devin is very smart. He's getting stronger. He's bigger. He's good for 140. And Prograis does have a lot of power. He's very explosive. But Devin is a very good defensive fighter. So if you can't catch him, it's a 12-round decision for Devin Haney.
What do you think it is that Regis can do to adjust to that jab?
He has to pressure. He has to get us out of it. If you can't get us out of it, keeps the end of his stick. It's a pick-off all day long, all night long.
Now, we just saw Devin fight one of the best southpaws in the sport. How much from that fight do you think will help Devin in the Regis fight?
I think nobody's gonna move like that. I think he's gonna be a step ahead of everybody else that come in the southpaw position to fight him now, because Loma done showed him all the greatness of a southpaw. But the thing is about Loma, he has so many amateur fights that his punches ain't as hard as they should be in the pros. If those punches was more devastating, it'd be a different outcome in his career. He has 3 losses in the pros for a reason.
It's fair to say that right now, from 35 to 47, and
all the money.
And just big fights going on, like so many different scenarios.
Yes.
So many scenarios. Like today, somebody threw out T.O. moving up to face Bud, and I'm like, yo, that don't sound that. What you think?
Hey, let's do it. Hey, I like it.
Would you think of T.O.'s last performance against Josh Taylor?
Great. I think it's great for his confidence, great for his first story. I think he just beat the shit out of Josh Taylor.
Now, we've seen T.O. and Rolly be boys in the past, but now it seems like that could be a fight that we see one day.
Hey, listen, that is a good fight for both of them, but we just got to make sure they both have that buddy shit out their head. Okay, it's come fight night, you got to go
killer mode.
You know what I'm saying? Go murder, kill. And listen, sometimes you buddy, and then you fall off. Those make the best fights. It's like 2 brothers fighting.
It just adds to the storyline.
Absolutely.
It adds to the storyline.
More juice. And then somebody got to respect somebody at the end of the day.
You know, I feel like a lot of fighters don't understand that in order for it to be prize fighting, it also has to be entertainment.
Exactly.
You know, it has to be entertainment at the same time.
And that's my point about Rolly's mandatory. Who knows who the hell this person is? I didn't know his name until they said it. I'm going to be real frank and honest with you.
Yo, it's funny because I first heard his name when Tank went to the UK to defend his title like 6-7 years ago. And he got like in Floyd's face asking for the Tank fight. And I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah. I mean, that's a job. Guys are supposed to go
for sure.
And shoot their shot and pitch their time. But really, I haven't seen him fight. I haven't heard him about him until now. You know what I'm saying? So guys want to be, okay, I want to make this money, but you don't, who are you? Who are you?
Coach, I got to ask, it seems like since the fight with Rolly and Barroso in May, there's been like a handful of fighters that I call it, yo, they trying Rolly. Like, they walking up to him like Jorge Linares.
Get his ass beat up, knocked out cold.
But why you think everybody trying Rolly?
No, because look, just like we have strategies for fight, we got strategies for our career. And that's what people understand. How can Rolly listen, I gave Rolly 6 rounds off, the first 6 rounds. Just move your feet, get the old man tired. That's all you have to do. You ain't got to throw nothing, just a jab and move your feet. And that's exactly what he did. As soon as we turn on the green light to go forward, he started hitting the shit out of that old man, right? Then people think, oh, he looked different. No, I gave him a different assignment. I'm teaching him patience. He's learning patience. He's embracing patience right now and using the distance of the fight. He has one hit or quitter power as well, like the top guys. So if he can just use those shots when needed and not the unnecessary bullshit punches, that's what we on right now.
So in your eyes, because a lot of the public seems to have concern, he keep getting caught.
Yeah, I mean, and then you see the Barroso fight, it was more of a freaking slip anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if he got dropped that fight, he is a concern. But he didn't get dropped. It was more of a trip. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Let the fans know where to follow you.
Bullet_Beast International on Instagram and Cromwell Gordon, my biological on Facebook.
Coach, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Anytime.
Family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.